Welcome to NTN Nightly. I'm Humadi Mark. This edition's top stories. The Central Statistical Office prepares to conduct a National Population Housing Census for the first time during a pandemic. The Ministry of Health continues to note a downward trend in the epidemiological curve for COVID-19. Opening new French gateways to global careers at the South Community College. All that, plus the NTN Nouvelle Creole. The Central Statistical Office, in preparation for the National Population Housing Census, held a census management meeting at the Finance Administrative Center on February 2022. The meeting focused on the importance of a national census and implementation plans for St. Lucia's next census set for May 2022. The national census, which was originally slated for March 2020, was disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Sean Maffre is the Director of Statistics.
During the intervening period, we worked on two aspects of our preparations. We worked on the further development of the questionnaire, and also we worked on designing and developing a software or system that would further enhance the data collection aspects of the census. It should be pointed that this census will be one with a difference for three main reasons. The first reason is that we will be conducting a census utilizing tablets for the very first time. It will be a paper-based census. The second reason that this one is one with a difference is that we would use the opportunity that the census affords us to do an establishment census. Now, this in itself, doing this during a pandemic also has some inherent challenges, because the intention is for us to visit every single establishment on island. And the third reason that this is a census with a difference is that we'll be actually doing a census during a pandemic. We've never undertaken a census during a pandemic. And like the business census, the population housing census, the objective is to visit every single household on the island.
Deputy Director of Statistics Richard Harris noted the objectives of the census.
One of the fundamental objectives of these types of censuses is to form the basis for the establishment of sampling frames that will help facilitate future statistical investigations, or as they are more commonly known, surveys. Okay? Now, without these surveys, it's very, very difficult for us to get the information that is required to inform our policies in respect of the development of our individual industries on the island, our entertainment industries, our tourism industry, and so on and so forth, and the overall economy
The Central Statistical Office is collaborating with the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs to ensure the safe implementation of the national exercise. Dr. Glensford Joseph, Medical Officer in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, highlights the key ways to stay safe during the data collection process.
The protocols are being implemented to ensure that we're able to conduct this activity in a very safe way to the numerators as well as to the respondents, you, the residents, the business personnel, and each and every one of us out there. Just remember, even though we're going to provide more information as we go along, always remember what works. We have seen what works, the protocols. When it is being implemented, we have seen the benefits. So when they come to you, maintain your distance. Ensure that you sanitize your hands or wash your hands before engaging, even though they're going to be coming through with a paperless method of collecting the information. We ensure that you wear your mask, always have your mask at hand, so by the time they get to your residence or business places that you always have your mask. And I'm going to leave, we still have an opportunity to vaccinate because we see vaccine work.
All factors permitting, the census is set to commence 10th May 2022 for a period of 5 months. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs has received notification from the Caribbean Public Health Agency CAFA of 5 new cases of the Omicron variant in country. Health officials continue to manage the 5th wave of COVID-19 infection in country with an average of 165 cases per day. Women account for 59% of the cases. 43 COVID-19 deaths have been recorded, 65% of which is male. The majority of deaths are COVID-19 related due to other associated chronic health conditions. Tourists account for 3.6% of the cases diagnosed for the past 7 days, but 4.7% of the total cases during the fifth wave. Although the cases diagnosed are noted island-wide, the main areas affected are Castries, Grosley, Vieux-Fort, and Babonneau. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sharon Belma-George says all indications are that the Omicron variant is the dominant variant in country.
They are all nationals, 3 female, 2 male, with ages ranging from 26 to 51 years. We continue sending samples for gene sequencing, but we can deduce that Omicron is the dominant variant in country at this time.
Despite the presence of the Omicron variant, St. Lucia continues to register improvements in the management of the disease. The daily infection rate for the past 7 days is 59.6% per 100,000 population per day. This is a 39% reduction from last week, with a 44% average testing positivity rate and a transmission rate of 1.9.
We continue to note reductions in most of the public health indicators and the downward trend in the epidemiological curve. The cases of COVID-19 noted on a daily basis still has the capacity to cause an increase in hospitalizations, deaths, and affect the productivity in the workplace. We appeal to all organizations, public and private sector, to ensure the strengthening of all of the public health protocols.
Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sharon Belma-George. Meantime, the Ministry of Health has reviewed the testing protocol to allow for easier public access. Dr. Delphina Vernon outlines the new protocols effective February 5th, 2022.
The polymerase chain reaction PCR test and rapid or antigen test are both approved tests for use in country. PCR tests are approved for diagnostic purposes and the antigen test for screening and surveillance. The Ezra Long Laboratory of the OKEU Hospital, the Forensic Laboratory, and Laboratory Services and Consultations Limited are authorized to perform PCR testing. Pharmacies, pharmacy distributors, laboratories, and health service providers may import the following approved rapid antigen tests with notification through the drug inspector: the Fora COVID-19 antigen test, Abbott PanBio COVID-19 antigen test, SD Biosense Standard Q, CareStat COVID-19 antigen test, Sure Status COVID-19 antigen card test, and Standard Q COVID-19 antigen test. Antigen testing must be supervised by a health professional, used as a screening tool, confirmed with a PCR test, and can be used for exit travel purposes. The positive antigen test results should be reported to the epidemiology unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness, and Elderly Affairs within 24 hours.
The Ministry of Health does not recommend self-swabbing at home using the rapid antigen tests. Persons are encouraged to visit a respiratory clinic or laboratory to get tested for COVID-19 by a health professional. As efforts to promote the development of St. Lucian tradition and a diverse culture as a valuable commodity continue, the Ionola Natural Resource Management of the Northeast Coast Project, which is in its final year of implementation, with a focus on establishing sustainable initiatives, held a media launch for the Cultural Heritage Initiative.
The Ionola project, which focuses on natural resource management in the island's northeast, recently launched the Cultural Heritage Initiative in an effort to elevate and promote the value of St. Lucia's traditional and cultural heritage in support of St. Lucia's management. A 10-week training program will be provided to 10 cultural groups as part of the initiative. Deputy Director of Agricultural Services, Barry Innocent, says that the initiative will contribute to the overall goal of the Ionola project, which is increased management effectiveness and sustainable use of the Northeast Coast natural resource base to generate multiple environmental benefits.
This event remarks the culmination of a long journey which started several years ago in the life of the project, the ILNOLA project. It started by identifying the cultural asset base within the communities of the ILNOLA project, which could be packaged in very creative ways and presented in a form that would capture the attention of the public. But more importantly, such a cultural asset base, the use of the Creole language, local instruments like we heard this morning, unique traditional costuming, provocative songs, rhythms, dance, can be used to sustain the cultural traditions themselves, enhance and create livelihoods for persons within the communities, and also to foster cohesive communities within the project area. And also in a very creative way to highlight and emphasize the importance of the rich biodiversity, the unique wildlife and forests which characterizes the Northeast Coast region.
Minister for Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology and Vocational Training, Sean Edward, commended all stakeholders involved in the success of the ILNOLA project thus far and expressed gratitude to the Global Environment Fund for their continuous support.
The other thing that heartens me from the standpoint of government, and I'm not wearing the technical hat today, is the fact that we've been able to source from the Global Environment Facility, otherwise known as GEF, a grant of $2.3 million US. That is almost 7 million EC dollars. And that is very significant at a time when the revenue streams of the government are not performing as well as they're supposed to. Every country in the world, irrespective of which continent it happens to be on, has been adversely affected by COVID. And so any friendly government or agency we are able to partner with to get the resources to roll out programs for our people, we must embrace and appreciate the effort that they make working with us.
The media launch of the Cultural Heritage Initiative took place on Friday, January 28, 2022, at the Gabriel Charles Forestry Complex. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
This is NTN Nightly. Stay with us.
Hand in hand, let's celebrate our country.
Join us, St. Lucia, as we celebrate Independence 43.
Tuesday, February 15th.
Voices of Independence panel discussion series. Wednesday, 16th February, the renaming of the Entrepreneur Human Resource Development Center.
Thursday, 17th to 21st February.
Is Live Art, Live Art at Constitution Park, an artist village.
Friday, February 18th, National Colors Day.
Then, the 18th and 19th and the 22nd, be welcoming. Sunday 20th, Praise and Worship Ecumenical Service.
The 20th to 22nd,
tune in to Dubai for the St. Lucia showcase called My Island Home.
On Tuesday the 22nd,
Independence Day, it's the military parade. And then a virtual cultural extravaganza. Wednesday 23rd, tune in to NTN for an Independence lecture by Dr. Didicus Jules.
Thursday 24th February,
Nourishing Helen, a program by Helen's Daughters, 9 p.m. on Choice TV.
Saturday 26th,
Legacy, Double Glory, Kaiso and Soca. And Sunday, March 13th, the National Independence Awards Ceremony. A full calendar of programs and events to celebrate St. Lucia's 43rd National Independence. View our social media platforms at 758 Independence for the complete listing of events. Let's celebrate Independence 43.
Welcome back. A pilot collaborative partnership between the French Embassy in St. Lucia, United Caribbean, and the Southfield West Community College has launched, securing capacity building in French entrepreneurship and digital skills. Daniel Dubois has more in this report.
The French Gateways to Global Careers is a pilot collaborative working project between United Caribbean, the French Embassy of St. Lucia, and the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. The project's aim is to support the integration of TVET students across regional and international markets through higher education using a regional cooperation approach between St. Lucia and the French Caribbean territories. Program lead for the Gateways to Global Careers program, Brent St. Catherine, stated that the initiative was designed to be practical and to address the entrepreneurship gap in St. Lucia.
United Caribbean, the French government are now living the dream with us. Okay? They have come on board and we have created this great program, a never attempted groundbreaking initiative designed to give users French-focused entrepreneurship training. Okay? This is not just a school initiative. This is countrywide. This is Martinique, this is Guadeloupe, this is St. Lucia, all coming together for this major program to boost our economy.
What started off with a cohort of 12 students is now enjoyed by hundreds, and many more expected to join and benefit from the multifaceted program. Minister for Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology and Vocational Training, Honorable Sean Edward, said that this initiative addresses a number of strategic priorities for the education sector: more training and promotion of TVET, securing higher education opportunities for young St. Lucians, and the promotion of foreign languages in schools.
These educational cooperation initiatives continue to solidify the ties with our sister territories and international community. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that the opportunities presented by this Gateway program will harness and create an environment in which our young citizens can become entrepreneurs and will be able to create jobs not just for themselves, but for their peers in different fields of endeavor.
The overarching goal of the French Gateways to Global Careers is to facilitate capacity building in French, entrepreneurship, and digital skills in order to expand the development of regional and international careers and access to higher education. Jasma Duncan, a student of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, is one recipient that is indeed appreciative of what the program has offered her.
The French language has always been a love of mine, coupled with my interest in business management and entrepreneurship. As a small business owner and business management student, this program is perfect for me. I am very grateful for the opportunity to be able to both immerse myself in the French community, enhance my knowledge, and gain insight on the careers available both here and abroad.
St. Lucia was selected as the pilot country to develop a program in partnership with the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College through a 2-year project, mainly funded through a grant from the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology and Vocational Training, I am Daniel Dubois reporting.
The 2nd of February each year is observed as World Wetlands Day to mark the date of adoption of the Ramsar Convention on Wetlands. The Ministry of Agriculture has joined the rest of the world in commemorating World Wetlands Day as they join efforts with the Southeast Coast Project and the St. Lucia National Trust to highlight and bring more awareness about wetlands and the critical role they play. Anicia Antoine tells us more.
A wide range of resources used in everyday life, such as charcoal, honey, medicinal plants, and fish, are derived from the sustainable utilization of our wetlands. In commemoration of World Wetlands Day, the Department of Forestry, in collaboration with the Southeast Coast Project, the Department of Fisheries, and the St. Lucia National Trust, hosted a tree planting at the Makote Mangrove in efforts to regenerate the mangrove forest ecosystems in areas where the species previously existed. Chief Forest Officer Alwyn Donnelly notes that wetlands are an integral part of the natural environment of St. Lucia and have significant value for biodiversity and coastal protection. He also stressed on the importance of ensuring that wetlands remain protected and preserved.
I would take today to observe the importance and the value, of wetlands, not only to us, but, the intrinsic value. Around the world, about a third of our wetlands have been destroyed. And our activities, our actions here today calls for us to do a lot more to protect and preserve our remaining wetlands.
A series of waterbird consensuses were also conducted to determine the waterbird population's levels and the trends in numbers and distribution. National Project Coordinator for the Jeff South East Coast Project, John Calixte, explains that the activity is fitting with the mandate of the organization to rehabilitate degraded areas and preserve as well as conserve areas in the southeast coast.
Wetlands have very significant importance, as was said, as a carbon sink. They're migratory species, bird species that come here every year, and also there's a lot of biodiversity in the area which needs protection and conservation. So all of these activities fit nicely into our project objectives, so therefore it was not a problem for us to accept the invitation to be here today to participate in the activities and also to support what's happening here today.
The theme for this year's event was Wetlands Action for People and Nature, which highlights the importance of our actions to ensure the conservation and sustainable use of wetlands for humans and planetary health. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Anicia Antoine reporting.
Stay with NTN Nightly. Up next, Primus Hutchinson with the NTN Nouvelle Creole.
The Water and Sewerage Company Inc. WASCO wishes to inform the public that individuals wishing to access the Customer Services Department can call or send a WhatsApp or text message to the numbers 482-0187, 482-0188, 482-0058, and 482-0060 for assistance with the following queries: bill balances, bill queries, high consumption, new connections, reconnections, disconnections upon request, change of account holder's name, and meter replacements. The service is available from Monday to Thursday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Call or message us today to resolve all your customer service related needs.
Welcome back. We now join Primus Hutchinson for the NTN Nouvelle Creole.
Monsieur, Madame, Département qui nous responsabilité pour information, gouvernement Saint-Lucie, ça c'est GIS, ça c'est depuis télévision nationale, puis il y a NTN qui a présenté nouvelle à Creole, présenté Primus Hutchinson. C'est faut nous embrasser Creole nous pour faire toute la terre, ouais, force culture nous, comme Saint-Lucien. C'est le ministre qui a une responsabilité pour affaires touristiques, information et industrie de créativité, honorable Dr. Ernest Hiller, qui fait point ça là, durant une grande cérémonie pour présenter activités pour célébrer l'indépendance 2022. Durant cette session ça là, en cette administration financière en Pointe Sarafin, Dr. Hiller fait comprendre que créole, ce n'est pas seulement langage, c'est un langage, mais aussi une culture nous. Manger, nous qu'à manger, nous qu'à tweet, nous qu'à tweet manger, danser, folklore, à parmi l'autre. Dr. Hiller a encouragé toute cette lycée, yo qui un pays, même aussi l'autre pays, pour célébrer l'indépendance nous, tout qu'on terme là qu'a montré en célébration devant ensemble. Il y a ces Grecs là aussi, un comité pour organiser célébration ça là. Ça c'est célébration d'indépendance là, ça c'est secrétaire permanent Darrell Montrop expliquer qui célébration qui a commencé et puis activité spirituelle pour crier à sous bénédiction Dieu, après même plusieurs autres pour observation et indépendance nous dans ça là.
Nous avons aussi fait un chai pour tous ces artistes là nous dans pays. Là nous un chai talent tout partout au pays. Mais nous tout pas savio, nous pas connaître sur ça que nous avons try by ces artisans ça là en place en chance pour nous tout wayo. Tout le monde. Nous avons un chai talent tout partout au pays. Nous sommes pour célébrer. Et c'est ça célébration ça là qu'a essayé de faire.
Secrétaire Montrop aussi expliqué ces artistes là, c'est pas seulement yo qui nouveau, mais ça qui peut encore trouver exposé à des goûts qui méritent. Mais M. Montrop dit aussi que là a joué un grand rôle en célébration 43e anniversaire indépendance nous à cette ici.
Premier ministre là a dit voulait faire créole en langage officiel. Ça c'est un commencement pour faire ça. OK? So, toutes ces activités, c'est pas tout qui fait expliquer en créole, mais nous, ça, pour tuer plateforme là, situation, pour nous, ça, avancer créole là.
Pour promettre qui déjà fait, ministre là qui a une responsabilité pour garder en opération situation police, les pompiers et prison, honorable Dr. Virginia Albert Poyot, te tient yon tête à tête. Et puis les go grec à service police pays là, ça veut dire chef police Milton Daisy et groupe management, ça c'était jeudi le 3e en mois de février 2022. Dr. Poyot déclaré qu'il est très satisfait et puis manière discussion en marché. Il remarqué qu'il a parmi ça qui a concerné ces polices là pli, c'est des grandes conditions dans ces codes garde au Lyon cette lycée.
So nous parlons de la situation police station Gozile et Vieux-Fort. Le gouvernement a décidé pour commencer à bâtir police station Gozile avec nous pour Vieux-Angers police station Vieux-Fort qui n'est pas en bonne condition. Avec nous ni custody suite, ça c'est là yo arrêté moun, yo ni pour chen moun en dedans jusqu'à temps yo jeune avocat pour représenter yo. Et avec gouvernement a décidé pour ça commencer travail pour Vieux-Angers place là qui là pour yo ça mettre moun yo arrêté. C'est police là qui a demandé pour machine pour yo ça faire travail yo. Et gouvernement kay ba yo 2 ou 3 machines c'est si maintenant ka venir quoi yo kay ça monter en différentes communes, différentes places, puis yo ça ba c'est mon service là yo kouye yo pour adresser problème, de laisser accident, de laisser la ni crime avec nous besoin ces police là pour ni machine puis yo ça fait travail yo.
Chef officier médical à cette lycée Dr. Sharon Belmo George déclaré que agence des affaires santé publique à Caribla, ça c'est CAFA, j'ai notifié qu'il a découvert 5 cas maladies Omicron en cette lycée. 3 femmes et 2 hommes à l'âge de 26 ans pour ces 4 Yolande trouvés affectés. Si on m'a expliqué que pour ces 7 jours qui passaient, cette lycée enregistré 23 691 cas COVID-19 et l'année 2817 cas qui actifs. L'année en tout 380 personnes qui sont morts par maladie corona et COVID. Parmi les gens qui ont trouvé maladie, 3,6% c'était touristes. Dr. Belmo George veut dire que ces cas-là apparaissent tous les jours. Si ça continue, il peut venir à l'hôpital et juste en cause de la mort. Alors, les officiers au ministère de la Santé ont plaidé et puis l'organisation pour renforcer ces protocoles-là, particulièrement comme l'école Javi ouvert, principalement les chauffeurs auto, passagers, les parents et les administrateurs à l'école pays là. Et c'est comme ça notre nouvelle là, monsieur, madame, je vous remercie autant pour regarder. Je vous remercie une invitation pour que je puisse conserver la vie, et je présente l'autre nouvelle à quoi la présent. Je vous présente Homer.
Merci, April Primus. That brings us to the end of NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You could also catch up with us anytime on St. Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I'm Hilmeti Mark.